You don't want a crossover, and you don't want a Chinese car. Well, there's this, the new 8.5 R-Line, and we want to see, is it worth it in the current market? My name is Eugene, welcome to TVEC. This is the home of extravagant reviews.
Four liters of fuel. Eugene, you're big. We're here with the brand new Golf 8.5 R-Line. It's not all the way up to the R, and it is a 0.5 because we had 5 years without a base
We
Golf.
actually just skipped a normal number. We skipped the whole number. We went 7 base Golf, 7.5 base Golf, no 8 base Golf, and then 8.5 base Golf. So thank you, VW South Africa, for bringing it. Now onto the bigger news is please bring the 8.5 R here.
Yeah.
We weren't supposed to get the GTR, and luckily Volkswagen South Africa has confirmed, and there are some in the market already. We have now the 8.5 GTR. But I think if you don't want to spend that much money and you don't need that amount of performance, this might just be the best spec standard Golf you can get right now.
And I'm glad you already said best spec, because this R-Line already gets you these nice LED lights. The normal Life version, which is the base, that one has halogens. You also have a different grille. I quite like the design of the grille up at the front here, and this is a really, really nice option that it has, which is the black edition.
Yes, you have the black edition. Now, I really like the front end of this car because it really simulates the 8 and 8.5 Golf R looks in so many ways, making deserving of this new styling R badging that we've seen over the past few years. And actually, speaking about the black options pack, this also has a sunroof pack, and because the black options pack, all of this is in black, the whole bottom here is in black, your mirrors are in black, your roof is in black, and you even get this black side skirt, which leads to some more black accents on the back end.
Now, moving closer to the back, first thing you'll see is the tail lights are a different design. I have opinions about this design. I don't know about the tail lights, but it does have the black pack included in there.
Which means, as we've said from the side and the front already, you have this big black diffuser option on here, as well as not actual fake exhaust. So thank you. They've made a cool design here with some patterning that matches the front end. You do have the Golf badging in black there as well. And speaking about the lights, this is their new IQ design, which you'll find on the Tiguan, the Touareg, the Tayron, the T-Cross, the T-Roc, and all the cars. They kind of all look the same. You do also have this nice little spoiler at the back here, sticking to the theme of it being a more sporty orientated hatch. And one thing I need to show you guys, which is important, which the world doesn't know, is how to actually open the boot real quick. You don't actually press here and do it. You're actually supposed to slide your hand in and then lift from there. So not here and pushing and then grabbing, slide your hand in.
Well, this is a very familiar cabin to us.
Almost a home away from home at this point, after having done the Tiguan, the new Touareg, and the Golf 8R. And if you're looking for your daughter for a new car, we even did a Polo Vivo, but that doesn't have this cool technology that the 8.5 gets.
Yeah, that's from the Stone Age. But in here right now, one thing we have to congratulate VW on is the fact that they brought back physical buttons on the steering wheel.
Yes, thank you, VW. That was our biggest complaint about the Golf 8R, was the silly haptic feedback buttons on it. And these are just so much better. They have feeling to them. You know what you're doing. You can feel and hear the click when you press it. And it just makes it feel so much better.
It's a car, not a device.
Exactly that. It is not a cell phone.
Yes.
Now, what does look like some sort of a weird device is actually your infotainment screen, because it isn't a flat one, but it actually has some edges to it and some curves, which actually makes it quite unique inside of the car, as well as the actual gauge cluster, which looks almost like a C8 Corvette or MG Cyberster style gauge cluster.
Yes, I definitely see that. But in here, it's also very spacious.
Very, very spacious. And again, this has become
a customary
to the Volkswagen line, but it's also so much better to the last base Golf we got, or standard Golf, should I say, in the 7.5. It looks 100 years newer. There are some small things that I want to complain about. There's a bit too much piano black here. I wish that wasn't there. And there's a small piece here that's also piano black with haptic feedback that just isn't very nice to use, and it has mode, menu assist, and climber.
Don't know what climber is.
We don't know what climber means. But other than that, it is very, very nice in here, as well as in the back.
Which is somewhat spacious. I say somewhat because, Eugene, are you in your driving position?
Currently, yes, myself.
Did you see? Now, I want you to go closer to what a Golf driving position would be like.
Yes, disappearing behind the B pillar.
And
to be aerodynamic.
And even in Eugene's normal driving position, I still have about like this much room between my knees and the seats. In terms of headroom, it's a hatchback, and it's a hatchback from Germany, so you should be fine. But if you're someone that's closer to 185 centimeters, so 6'1", then you're gonna have a bit of a problem there. But you do still have a decent amount of storage space. You got
Yes.
2 pouches or 3 pouches.
Yeah,
actually.
you got 2 pouches at the top of the seat, and then 1 at the bottom there with your magazine pouch.
Exactly, which still exists for some reason in this car until 2025 or 26 if you're watching this next year. But you also do have some cup holder cubby space on the side, and that has carpet for some reason. It's the same in the front, and if you have toddlers or whatnot, it's going to be a bit of a problem to clean. But
Yeah, he would know.
Yes, he would know.
He would know. He definitely would know. But something else I do want to speak about is the fact that you get GTI seats in a base Golf.
And that's something that we will speak more about for the driving, so stay tuned for that.
Yes.
But just some stuff. This is perforated leather GTI seats. The first time you're ever gonna get it, or first time you've ever got it in a standard Golf.
Yeah.
And it does have the R badge on it, which is really cool.
Yeah.
Just like in the back, actually, you do still have some pretty nice soft seats, and even some soft touch on the back pillar between the door and the seat.
So the cabin has definitely made an upgrade. Since this is a Golf, we have to check out how practical it is. Now in here it has about 381 liters. Compared to a Mazda 3, the Mazda has about this much. And compared to something like a BMW 118i, the BMW has this much. As you can see right here, we have our kit bag and some more stuff. So it is a very practical car.
And the end of a lovely video with the 3 wise men.
Yeah.
And that is why you can trust our opinion on everything. But yes, getting into the Christmas spirit, because this is either just before or just after Christmas.
Yeah.
Whichever one it is.
You will see. You can tell us in the comments which it was, and tell us if you were within the first 100 people to watch the video.
Yeah.
To make it funny.
Yeah, so Merry Christmas from us to you. And thank you for another wonderful year for giving us these amazing opportunities.
Yeah, and on thanks, thank you to VW Motors 4Ways for giving us the 8.5. Be sure to continue following us, because there'll be tons of these cars from Volkswagen next year.
Yes. Now we have to ask the question, or I should ask the question. What do you two think of the new 8.5? Because I have some stuff I need to get off my chest.
I think in this spec and for this price, it is a great offering. I think for the top of the range, R-Line Plus, fully specced out, value-wise, it's a bit on the harsher side, should I say.
It is on the harsher
side. And then
side.
it almost creeps into the 118s, A200, A3 sort of range, and then it becomes a bit more of a question rather than a knowing to pick that vehicle.
Yeah.
But at 689, it doesn't really have any competition for this size of a hatchback. It's quite a bit cheaper than the 118R at this spec, especially just that car being a starting price more than this car spec'd right now. And then the only other option is really like a Mazda 3, which is going to cost you less money, between 50 and 100,000 less for the top of the range of that
and
car.
you're gonna feel like you spent less money.
And you're going to feel like you spent
you're
less
gonna
money.
feel it.
And the Mazda doesn't have aura.
It doesn't have aura.
Exactly.
When you buy a Golf in South Africa, it's plus 100 aura just instantly.
Yeah, times 1,000.
Times 1,000, exactly that.
Times 1,000. Now, for me personally, actually, no, you finish. Yeah.
Well, all I was gonna say actually on the Mazda 3 point is that this feels more premium than it is, and that's what I mean. It feels a lot more premium in terms of basic things like options that you get for adaptive cruise control, which this car does have.
Yes.
And the panoramic sunroof and things
One
like
option that it doesn't have, that we all complain about, it doesn't have navigation.
I don't understand
Spec
that.
navigation.
you have to, with this specific one as seen, you have to have Android Auto or Apple CarPlay if you are going to engage in navigation.
Yeah.
But you can spec navigation. It's a 20,000 Rand option.
But
Which,
it's probably worth it, to be honest.
Exactly.
Although you might just be much younger than we are and able to use Apple CarPlay and Android Auto easier.
Yeah. Anyways,
Yeah, don't mind that.
Don't mind that.
don't
But
mind
as
that.
we were saying, it's a great car at the end of the day. You have to be objective.
Yeah.
Because although we wouldn't spend the money per se, because we are sports cars enthusiasts and we look at a used sports car,
Yeah.
because we are not financially as smart as some of you are.
It still is a good car at the end of the day.
Yeah, considering you don't want to look at a Chinese car, and that's why you didn't
Exactly.
look at another video.
Or
Yeah.
you wanted to save on petrol, which means you didn't want to crossover.
Yes.
That's why you looked at this.
Yes. Now, for me personally, there's a lot I want to say. I probably have said it already, but I think I can give this a good 8 out of 10.
As a objective statement for the car,
As an
it is
object.
definitely an 8.
Definitely an 8
It's
out of
still
10.
a Volkswagen Golf. It still handles well, it still drives well, still efficient.
Yeah.
And you know it's going to hold its value quite decently because of the product in South Africa.
Yes, so thank you again to VW4S for giving us this amazing 8.5 R line. The information will be in our description box. And make sure you like, comment, and subscribe because we have a lot more of these coming in the new year. Happy New Year. See you next time.